Now we will discuss about how we can access the values inside the objects using dot notation as well as the square bracket notation. So for example, we are having one object called Shinobi. Here we are having the name, family, age, village, is ninja. All these are key values, keys, and this inside for this key we are having this value for family green, age, village, and is ninja. These are the key value pairs for this Shinobi object. So how we will use the dot notation as well as the square bracket notation to access the values inside this Shinobi object. So for example, if I want to access console.log of Shinobi object name and use the dot symbol, and what key or what value we have to access, that key value you have to mention after that dot notation. Name, I want to access the name of the Shinobi object. I give a name and I run the code. See what is giving correct value, right? For this name we are having this value like that. For example, if I want to access the name from the square bracket notation, Shinobi square bracket name, we have to give inside square bracket. If I run the code, got the answer, right? So whenever you have to use the square bracket, inside the square bracket you have to give the name in a square in double quotation or single quotation, then only it will accept that key. So for example, actually key values always in JavaScript, object keys cannot be a number, boolean, null or undefined type. So what JavaScript object keys cannot be a number, boolean, null or undefined. So for example, in Shinobi object I created one as a key value key, and for that key I'm taken this as the value. So if I want to print console dot log of Shinobi dot 1, okay, using dot notation, when I am running the code, see we are getting syntax error missing. So we cannot directly access these number, boolean, or null or undefined keys with dot objects. If I want to access the dot value inside the key, now I am running, see I got the access, right? So if I want to use, whenever instead of in such a case, when we are having one number as a key, so if I want to access that number key value, you have to use the square bracket notation. As well as, for example, you are having first name, instead of name you are having first name or last name, like that keys last name. Like that case, if you have, so in such case, if we want to access the values for those keys, you cannot shinobi dot first name. So I'm using the dot notation, console dot log shinobi first name. So when I run the code, see what will happen. So you cannot see, you cannot access using dot notation. Whenever you are having this kind of strings, space between these strings, you cannot access directly. So in such cases, you have to use the bracket notation to access those values. So this is about the how we have to use the dot notation and the square bracket notation on the object, where we have to access the keys as well as the if you want to shinobi dot, if you want to assign middle value, middle name is equals to hi. Now console dot shinobi. So I'm commenting on this one. Run. See, middle name is got. So if you want to add any object inside the already predefined object, or if you want to access the values inside the object, you can use the dot notation as well as the square bracket notation.